Hey guys, welcome back to Diamond Therapy with Brenda. We're going shopping today. Okay, so we are off. We are going to go to two places. There's some DIY ideas that I have for framing my diamond art. Um, I've finished Ruby, and I'll show you her when we get it back home. I need to seal her, and then I want to frame it for my friend. So I've never been really good at framing these things. I've never tried to do it myself. I've always tried to find other ways, but I was watching YouTube and got some ideas. So let's go. So when I first started out in diamond uh, painting, um, I did a really big Harry Potter themed diamond art for my niece who was having her first baby. This is years ago. And I had no idea how to frame it. So I went to the local craft shop and was going to have them professionally frame it for me. They came back with a quote of like 250 bucks. I was like, oh yeah, no. So I really just I think in my first video I talked about how I had those magnetic frames that I got off of Amazon. Well, it's okay for the lighter ones, the smaller ones, but they're not okay for the bigger, heavier diamond art. So I am first stop is going to be Dollar Tree. It is hot as Hades out here. It is only the end of May, and Texas is already on fire. But we're gonna run inside real quick here and see if I can find something to fit a 50 by 50 centimeter frame or 20 by 20 inches. All right, so this is obviously a bust. There is nothing big enough here for my purposes. So we're going to head to Home Depot for the other idea. Okay, so that was obviously a bust. I went over to where they had crafts, and they didn't have anything over there either. I didn't really see anything that I could have used to make a picture frame. So we're gonna head over to my local hardware store and see if we can find uh, what do they call it? Um, the molding. Molding. You know what they say about these dollar stores, right? They self-replicate. So I'm gonna go into this one that I just saw, see if there's anything here. So they had some bigger frames, cheap, of course, but they were like 10 bucks. And no, they were super cheap plastic. Um, and none of them were the right size anyway for my project, but um, I'm gonna go to my hardware store. All right, I'm here at the local store. So a couple of the things that I'm looking for, some crown molding, miter box, little saw, and uh, probably some Gorilla Glue and oh, a staple gun. Now, I don't mind spending a little extra on the staple gun because if this works for me, then this is what I'm going to do going forward. Also, I think I'm going to get some stain so that I can stain the frame and a paintbrush. All right, so I'm here at the decorative wood, and there are some pretty cool ones, but they are fairly thick, and I don't think they'll work for my purposes. I do like this one. Um, I think that's pretty cool, and I think that would stain really well. And it's thick enough, I think, to use. So there's this one I think I'm gonna get. It's 19, it's 20 bucks. Which is still cheaper than getting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this one. And then there's one over here that I think I'm also going to get for future projects. It's just kind of simple. This one's cracked at the top. So this one is kind of, see how it's contoured? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this one too for later, and this one's only like $1.28. So, all right, off to get the tools. Okay, so I spent a little bit more than I wanted to, but I got tools that I'll be able to use going forward. So I got a miter box and a saw, and I got a staple gun with like 5,000 staples or something like that. It's ridiculous. But and then my 2 pieces of wood. I got some some spray stain, so I didn't have to get a paintbrush or anything like that. And yeah, so let's go home and do this. Should be interesting. You know, the first time you do something, it never turns out right. So hopefully we'll be all right. Trial and error. Okay, so I've got my framing supplies. Not that I've figured out how to actually do it yet, but I have options for sealing it. So I bought this stuff. So I bought this Studio Delight and this diamond painting sealer spray, both at Hobby Lobby. For one, this one, I kind of like this one because it's got a sponge on the top, and you just squeeze it out and then sponge it. I think I'm gonna use this one. The spray is nice also, but tends to be a little runny. So that's really good for like coasters and bookmarks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna use this one. All right, we're gonna let that cure for 24 hours, and moving on to the hardest part, the frame. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I had a little help with making the frame from my daughter-in-law, and there were some errors made. Trial and error, man. Used that miter box that I got, and as you can see, some of it's not perfect, but damn, I'm pretty proud of this. And she looks great. Ruby looks great in that frame. I chose not to gloss the frame because I didn't want to take away from the shininess of the painting itself. Let's turn this around and I'll show you what I did. I used the staple gun and I just stapled it to the back. I could probably put a few more staples in there just to stabilize her a little bit more, but all in all, I think this turned out, for my first attempt at a frame, not too shabby. So there you have it, folks.